in my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual.
Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's Wraith here, back with another video. Now in today's video, I'm going to be basically talking about some things that you guys can do when you start to get bored of Fortnite, or when you're just not enjoying the game, or you got off a long grind session, you're just like, hey, you know what, I'm kind of done with this right now, I just kind of want to do something else. But basically in today's video, I'm going to be going over some tips or some things that you can do. Some will still help you improve, like so you're not just wasting time or whatever the case is, and some are just for fun to do with your buddies or do by yourself. That honestly, yeah, it's not going to really help you improve, but it is something to get a nice change every once in a while. I did use some clips from other people's videos, so just make sure you check the link in the description for their channels. And yeah, if you're looking forward to this video, make sure you hit that like button, comment what you want to see for a future video, hit that subscribe button, use creator code WraithFN in the item shop, and let's get right into the video. So for the first thing that you can do is basically go into creative and not just like free build or do whatever you want. Yeah, sure, you can do that if that's what you want to do, but just try and build a super dope structure, like whether it's a huge castle, whether it's, I don't know, like a prison, whether it's something just cool like a huge town or something like that, or a house. Just build something with your friends or even by yourself while you're listening to music or something. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I find that super enjoyable, especially like when you slowly start to see like the actual forms start to make shape. Like if you say, for example, you're building a castle and you actually start seeing the castle, you're like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. And then you're like, I can spend 3 to 4 hours literally just building something dope and creative that I just find really cool and really interesting. And you can do it with friends. Like you can make a huge castle, you can make a prison, you can make, like I said, houses, whatever the case is, a town, whatever you want to do. You can either do it by yourself, which I honestly still find really fun, or you can do it with your buddies and just be like, hey boys, do you want to go in creative and make some like cool stuff or whatever, right? Or you can even make a cool little like hidden map that you guys can fight on or something like that, whatever the case is, right? Just go into creative and just build whatever you want. Sometimes you can look up on YouTube, get ideas, or you can just kind of build whatever you guys kind of want. In my opinion, like I said, it is just a really good fun thing to do. It might not be for everyone, but in my opinion, I think it is really fun. And plus, once you're done, you can show off to everyone you meet in Fortnite and be like, oh yeah, look what me and my buddy built on creative, or look what I built on creative, and they will honestly be normally pretty astonished. So now my next tip is basically learn and implement a new skill. So what I mean about that is there's tons of YouTube videos or tons of streamers talking about how to improve consistently in Fortnite, whether it's me, whether it's Jarian, whether it's Denver Guy, Veribius, any of those guys. You can basically watch, learn from them, and like listen to their tips and be like, okay, so for example, in my video, it's Jarian video, he'll be like, instead of making a downward cone edit or downward left side edit, maybe make an upward right edit while you're shooting on someone, or whatever the case is, right? And now most of the people after they watch this video will just be like, oh, okay, that's a good thing to remember, good thing to know, but they'll never actually like implement it in their gameplay. Or for example, Jarian will say, instead of pushing for height, just box up and wait for your opponent. Again, he might not say that, I'm just saying a random example, but actually like watch a video, go on YouTube, watch a video from whoever, maybe take 1 or 2 tips and be like, okay, whatever, and then go into the actual solo game and actually do that. Like don't just not do it, or just don't forget about it. And like sometimes you'll actually like start getting the tricks down, or you can even go and learn like a new building strategy in creative off YouTube. And once you actually start to get it, you're just like, oh my god, this is actually sick, and like you actually feel really good, and you're like, okay, like I'm actually learning how to do this. You're also improving. It's also a really good way to not waste time, but actually enjoy your time playing instead of just strictly grinding souls or grinding arena or customs or whatever the case is. You're actually learning and implementing a new skill and something maybe you've never done before, so it actually is really enjoyable. So now the next thing you can do, and I've talked about this before when you're bored, is try a specific challenge with your buddies or even by yourself. whether that's maybe you can only use ARs or only use SMGs, or first chest challenge, where the first chest you get, that's the only gun you're allowed to use throughout the entire game, or you can do your entire squad. The first chest is the only guns you guys can use throughout the entire game. Another thing is a sky base. Sky bases were huge back in season 4 and 5 and stuff like that, and now they've kind of fallen off, but they're still super fun to do. And like, honestly, out of all my times playing Fortnite, probably the most nerve-wracking things were when me and my buddies would be all of us up in the sky base just waiting for the last team to die, and then be like, oh my god, like, what's happening? You guys just get so amped up, and it's just so fun to do. You can even do it by yourself, but it's all obviously a little bit more fun if you do it with a duo or you do it with your squad. And yeah, it may take like 30 minutes, and you might play for your entire day before you even get a successful sky base, just because everyone obviously like will shoot it down most of the time. But it is really enjoyable to.
I was gonna go for it.
Yes! Yes! Oh.
Do, and it is really fun just playing around, screwing around with your friends. Even if you die, who cares really? It's just for fun. Or like I said, the one chest challenge, stuff like that is just a really good way to kind of kill time. That's still a really enjoyable way to actually like play the game. And like I said, you can do it with your buddies, you can do it by yourself. It doesn't really matter. That's a nice thing about it. I recommend doing it with the squad, but it's, again, really up to you. Now my next tip is basically do a squad fill or duo fill. Now some people may not like this, but you can basically do really whatever you want with these. Sometimes you'll meet people who are just really chill, super fun, like you might even continue playing with them. Sometimes they'll be really good, sometimes they won't be so good, so it doesn't really matter. You might be really good, you might be not so good, so it doesn't really matter like how or what the skill level is of your squad or yourself even. But it's just really fun. Sometimes you can meet people and just literally troll them. Like there'll be some young kids who literally just scream in their mic or pretend they're ninja or like pro players or something like that. It's just really funny like watching and talking to them, because it's just literally they're trolling you, but you can also troll them at the same time. But it is just super funny, and in my opinion it's just a super fun way to kill time and actually maybe even meet new people, maybe even meet people you can play with in the future, or just talk to people and have a good time with. Most people aren't that toxic. Obviously, like I said, you will find the odd person who is a little bit weird or a little bit toxic, but hey, no big deal. You just got to leave the squad or finish out the game, and then you're never going to see them again, right? But it's a really good way to kill time, really good way to meet people, etc. So now my next tip is basically do playground fill or zone wars. And you can find these zone wars maps by literally just watching streamers in NA East or NA West or wherever you play on Twitch or Discords, or you can just do literally a playground fill and put in a zone wars map, and I'm sure 85% of people will go into there. But it's honestly a really good way to continue to improve, just because you're playing something else. And like I said, kind of with a solo squad or with a squad fill, you can just meet new people. You can see if anyone's really good. Obviously, like I said, sometimes you will get those toxic people, which isn't too fun. But hey, how she goes. But yeah, squad fill or playground fills or zone wars is just a really good way to help continue improving, as well as just switching it up from your normal regimen of just grinding customs, solos, arena, whatever the case is, right? It's just a good kind of switch up. You can play with your friends, you can play by yourself. Doesn't really matter. It's whatever kind of you want to do, but I definitely recommend this one for just literally just playing around and still trying to improve, but you just want to switch it up the schedule a little bit. So now my last tip, and this is honestly probably the biggest one and the best one, is take a break from the game and play something else. Like, trust me, I know all of you who especially love grinding are like, well, I can't take a break, like I'm never gonna catch Mongrel, I'm never gonna catch Booga if I take a break, right? And no, that's not true. Like, sometimes it's good to take a day, 2 days, even 3 days break, whether you're not playing any games during that time, you're just watching Fortnite, because you can get burnt out by just playing the game over and over again every day for hours and hours, right? Sometimes you can hit skill plateaus, etc. So sometimes taking a break and just not playing any Fortnite or gaming in general is really good. Or you can even go out and play another game, play Overwatch, play Call of Duty, play Kovacs even, I don't know, whatever you enjoy playing. It is really enjoyable just switching it up every once in a while. Like, sometimes when I'm just tired of Fortnite, I don't want to play it right now, I'll just hop on Call of Duty with the boys, and it's not really normally the people I play with a lot, just because they don't really play Fortnite, they'll play Call of Duty. all the time, so it's just nice because I get to play with my buddies who I normally don't play with, and it's just a different games. It's a different feel, different play style, different pace, so it is nice switching it up every once in a while, whether, like I said, you're playing COD, Overwatch, Rainbow Six, whatever the game is, or just no gaming at all, is just a nice for a little break and a little bit of a switching up. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you slap a like button on it, comment what you want to see for a future video, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Have a good one, guys. Peace.